Welcome back to Unwired Appalachia podcast. Very special guest, longtime friend, Bobby Varney. He's taking over as Belfry's girls basketball coach. We haven't done a story on him yet for whatever reason. That's probably my fault. I'm probably behind and a little lazy. So if you're mad at me over that, I understand, Bobby. But
Never.
we're gonna catch up right now. And how's things early on? I mean, you probably had the job a couple months now. Very young team. You're probably the summer ball guest right now. Just kind of talk about where things are right now.
Yeah, I had the job about 6 weeks. Started playing summer ball last week and started with 6 or 7 girls. We're up to 14 that's in and out with vacations and everything, but young is a best way to describe us. We have 2 sophomores. We have a senior that's transferring over, but we have 2 sophomores that are there consistently, and the rest of them are going to be 7th, 8th graders and freshmen. So, future's bright if we can all stay together, but we're just learning each other right now and just trying to have a little bit of fun.
I think that future thing that you said is bright. Is watching that team last year. There was 2 seventh grade guards that were electric. Talk about those young girls coming up and how much fun. And we haven't even talked about Lexi Maves.
We've got Kiera Woolham, and she is a very competitive.
Yes.
You know, the TikTok, it looks like a Sin Monroe can kill you. She's a very competitive young lady on the floor, goes extremely hard and extremely talented. And then we got another upcoming 8th grader in Cammie Dillon who has really blossomed this summer. She's a strong guard, mid-range type player that will give you everything she's got to. So we've got 2 really good guards that are going to be 8th graders that I'm super excited about.
And then Lexi Mapes, I mean, one of the best players in the region, I would imagine. Just talk about her only being a sophomore and getting to get in there and work with her. And she's probably going to be one of the leaders of your team, I would imagine. Just kind of talk about her and her talent.
Yeah, she'll be a leader by default because of age. At 16, she's going to be the veteran with us. But, she's 6 foot tall and got guard skills, high basketball IQ, just a great girl to be around, and the girls love her. She's fun to watch when she gets going. She can hit the 3. She can put it on the floor and go by people, and then she's got a decent post up game for her. She's not real thick, but she's very skilled and a good, very good player.
Yeah, and last year for me, one of the things that stood out with her, she hit that game winner there late in the season. She's clutch as well. The moment's not too big for her. She understands her role. That games online, she might be the one. She's probably the one that's going to have to take the shot 9 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, something like that. Just talk about that. Well, having a player that you've seen, even though you've not got to coach her, a whole lot yet, but you've seen her step up in pressure situations, and you know that she's somebody you can rely on.
Oh yeah, she hit that game winner in the district against Pike Central. That was a get down the lane, fade away off 1 foot, and it hits the bottom of the net, and you're like, hey, she can play, man. And but it's good to have somebody like that. It's good that the girls know that she can hit the shot to win it. Like you said, the moment's not too big, and she shows up, she works hard. And it's always nice to have a mismatch that is 6 foot tall in the girls' game that can put it on the floor and go by people.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that kind of stands out to me about you and this young team, you get a chance to grow with them. You get a chance to come in there. You don't have the seniors. There's probably not that attitude with some of the older people who've earned their spots that you didn't pass. But being a new coach and having a super young, that's got to be an exciting opportunity, I imagine, to grow with the girls and the team. Is that one of the things that kind of appealed to you?
Yeah. So, if you would have talked to me in January and said, "Hey, are you going to be coaching high school basketball?" and I think me and you've talked about it, I was like, "No, I didn't want to move. I didn't. My son's graduating and going to play college football. I didn't want to move. I got 2 young girls. But when this opportunity came up, I was like, man, that's like a clean sheet. I've got a bunch of young girls, in a tradition rich program like Belfry that's got a state runner up hanging on the wall.
Yes.
You kind of piques your interest and so yeah, that was very appealing. And I knew I teach at the middle school, so I know those middle school girls, and I was like, man, there's some talent there, and yeah, so it's a clean slate. There's nobody that I don't feel like anybody feels like they're owed anything. We've got returning starters because Lily McCoy's back. You got the girls that we mentioned previously, and Lily's been a pleasant surprise this summer. She was not there the first week, but she come back this week and she can shoot it and she plays extremely hard. So like their attitude's been great. But once again, it's summer ball. I've not raised my voice very much. But it's a new experience for me too. I've never coached girls.
Yes.
I've coached my entire life, but I've got I've got a soon to be teenage daughter and then a 9-year-old. And it's a little bit different. The mood's different in practice. But it's been all good. I have no complaints right now. I mean, and I'm truly excited. I'd stepped away from coaching for a couple years to watch my son play football and do some other things, and didn't really thought I was going to get back in it, and took over our middle school because I was the last option. And it having those boys, it really sparked my interest again. And then, like you said, this opportunity came open, and I was like, man, that's probably too good to pass up.
Yeah, you mentioned it a little bit, but for anybody who hasn't seen you coach the boys side, you're always an energetic guy. You like to get after it. You like to, high pressure. You expect a lot from your guys. You coach hard. How different is it? Like you mentioned it a little bit, but I mean, it's got to be a different world because I remember, years ago when Rodney Rowe stepped into it, and you could see the differences. Is that going to be something that you kind of have to, you know, tell yourself, "Hey, I'm not coaching boys all the time."
Without question. So yes, if anybody's ever watched me coach, I am very colorful, full of energy, and I do. To me, I've had 2 or 3 stints. I'm coaching middle school and some assistant in high school, then got a high school job,
Yes.
and then I had to learn that it's not about winning and losing, even as a 30-year-old coach, because you don't understand it until you understand that. And I had to learn that with the boys, I was teaching them to be better husbands, brothers, sons, everything that I could, and I wanted to not put pressure on them, but show them listen, everything's not going to be perfect all the time, and
Absolutely.
people are going to get on you.
Yes.
How you respond is what matters.
Absolutely.
Failure doesn't matter; it's how you respond. And with girls, with my daughter, for example, if I raise my voice, she knows I mean business, but it's a different reaction than my 18-year-old son. If I raise my bruh,
Yes.
yeah, I get that.
Yes.
So girls, it's going to be a tempered. I'm there for them to learn and for them to have fun and to same life lessons, but it's a little bit different the way you handle it. Not that girls are softer, because
Yes.
I'll tell you this: Carol Woolham and Cammie and those girls are as tough as anybody you ever
Yes.
meet. But you just gotta learn what they respond to and build off of that.
Yes.
So they got to trust. Girls have to trust you.
Yes.
Guys do too, but like you can get that trust through authority or whatever.
Yeah.
Girls have to trust you and believe that you're there for their best interest and what's there for them.
Yeah, and I really like what you said. The not winning and losing is not everything. It's the life lessons. That's what teaching's about. It's what's coaching about. You always constantly learning. Now with girls, how do you just kind of apply that to yourself? Because as a coach, you had your style as a boys coach. You would pressure you want pressure all the time. Do you change the way you coach on the floor, your X's and O's, or is it just you bring in the same approach, or are you just going to see what you got and see what works best for the team?
Probably it's going to be that. I think the mark of great coaches, and I'm not a great coach by any means, but I think the mark of great coaches is, do they adapt what they do to the talent that they had? And that for me, that is going to, I'm going to go in and I'm going to be a screen roll guy. We're going to play man. I'm going to be intense, but measured, and we're going to see how they respond and what they can do. And I'll try my best to adapt to them, but they're going to have to adapt to me some, and that's life. But yeah, I don't plan on changing a ton, but I'll change to do what is best for those girls. So.
Yeah, and this might be a weird question, but being a Belfry guy, I mean, anybody's mentioned you, they know you're a Belfry guy through and through. How cool is this opportunity to, take a high school team and have your stamp on it and be the head coach? I think that's really good. You always in the community. whether you're there at whatever I see, people see you at every game, everything.
Yeah.
How cool is that to, have your stamp on a program over there?
Well, anybody that knows me knows that I've always wanted to coach at Belfry, and I have at the middle school level and assisted and all that. So yes, that is uh, it's one of the coolest things ever. Coach Justice, so I play for Randy Casey and Coach Raymond Justice.
Mhm.
Coach Justice called me and said, "Man, I'm proud of you and all that," and that was a big moment for me. I'm gonna reach out to Coach Stewart because she taught and coached at the time that I was there
Yes.
in high school. I haven't been able to get up with her because son's graduation and all that, but it is that's it's kind of weird to say
Mhm.
for some people, but that's a life goal. I wanted to coach at Belfry and uh, have a program that I'm going to add to, hopefully,
Mhm.
not my program, but Belfry's program. And that's the thing about Belfry people. I think um, Belfry is Belfry. Like if you are a Belfry person, you are a Belfry person. You might not agree with everything. Might be it's a family atmosphere. You sometimes you'll squabble amongst each other, but at the end of the day, if somebody said something that's not from Belfry about you, you're going to stand up and fight for him. And that's I'm a Belfry dude, man, and it just it feels good. It does.
And I think this goes back to coaching. How do you instill that Belfry pride on your programs? Because I think that's one of the unique things with different programs over there in Belfry. Coach Haywood, you see Rooster doing it now with softball. You see Coach Haig. You go down the line. They always talk about that pride to represent the school and their program and be something bigger than themselves. How big is that to you to get the chance to instill that in these girls you're going to be coaching?
It is huge to me because our location, we're right on the river, border a couple of school districts. The main thing that I learned from Coach Haywood is you come to be part of something bigger than yourself.
Mhm.
We're in the age of transfers and people going everywhere. Whether you come from Lenore, whether you come from Buckley's Creek, whether you come from Del Barton,
Mhm.
you're part of the Pond Creek Nation, and that it's bigger than you. You come there to win championships in football. You come to compete for region titles and try to win in everything else. And Coach Haywood not a Belfry graduate, but he is a
Yes.
Belfry guy. Michael
Absolutely.
Hagee, not a Belfry graduate, he is a Belfry guy.
Absolutely.
Um, Frank Welch, he was my principal. He was not a Belfry graduate. He's from Fleming Neon,
Mhm.
but Frank Welch is a Belfry guy,
Mhm.
and James, Mr. Dawson, those guys. So you come to represent a place that is going to have your back no matter what, and that is extremely proud of our country, coal mining, Pond Creek. Just we are what we are, and we're proud of it, and we're going to be respectful and do everything. Try to do everything the right way. Sometimes we don't, but we're going to try to do everything the right way. But you're representing something way bigger than your last name, which is important to everybody.
Mhm.
You're representing Belfry. So yeah, it's you got to be mindful of that.
Yeah, I think that was a great answer. And just kind of talk about, we've talked about your team being young, but also you've probably followed the region. I know you have. You follow the region. You know what's going on. There's so much young talent around, not just at Belfry or Pikes. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like the girls, especially on the girls' side. Just talk about how exciting that is to, see all these other teams growing. I know you want to beat them all, but you also get to see the other kids in the mountains, competing and growing as well. And at the end of the day, I know you want to beat everybody, but it's got to be a cool feeling knowing that, hey, we're in the same boat with a lot of these teams,
Yeah.
I
There's
mean,
going to be some big rivalries, that's established here in the next couple of years because you've got a bunch of 7th and 8th graders that are really good. And then you've got some girls that like coaching basketball. You want to coach against the best. There's some really good coaches in this region on the girls' side.
absolutely.
And there is a tremendous amount of talent that is young. The Kenner girl's got Division I offers.
Yeah.
Stanley girl from she
She's
can
going to
play.
play somewhere, yeah.
There's some really, really good girls and really good coaches that we're going to have the opportunity to coach against and play against, and it's pretty exciting. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
You want to say, I say this all the time. Coaching middle school, and I'm kind of like maybe bragging on myself, but not really. I mean, I don't mean to do that. But we played in 5 county championships when I coached the boys, 3-2. The 2 losses, one of them was to Kelly Wells.
Yeah.
lost the county championship to a national championship coach, maybe the greatest coach that I know,
Mhm.
right? And the other one was Kevin Garris, who was an assistant coach at Morehead State.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, like, hey, I want to coach against people like that. You learn so much from coaching against good coaches when you go back and watch your film. And good, like, man, it's fun to watch good players.
Mhm.
Like, it's fun. Like, we've drawed up, we've talked about this person, and we're going to defend them the best we can. And they still had 25. And yeah, you're mad 20 minutes after the game, or you think about it, but it's kind of fun to watch and good
Yes.
player play.
Yeah, and
It
that's
is.
the competitor in you wants to beat those people
Oh, I
too.
do. Absolutely. But, at the end of the day, sometimes people are better than you,
Yeah,
and you got to get better. So, as a
absolutely.
coach, as a player, but like, I'm excited. We're playing, we tried to play everybody in the region with our schedule. We're playing Paintsville in Alley. And in the first night of the we're opening up
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
And then we're playing Johnson Central. We're playing Pikeville twice. So, I think we might have Floyd Central on the schedule too. So we're trying to play everybody in the region to see where we're at, see what we got to do. And, hopefully give us a year. By the end of this year, we'll see how the cards fall. And I think we have a shot to be pretty daggone good.
Yeah, and right now, summer ball, everybody approaches it different. Some coaches I talk to, they want to get, 25, 30, 40 games if they can. Some want to get 10, 15, play a good team here or there, go travel a little bit, do some team bonding. What is your approach? Because like I said, everybody's different, but I think this time of year is important. Regardless of how you approach it, it's what you want to get out of it as a coach, I believe.
Yeah, so I took a little bit of different approach than I did when I was at Phelps. We wanted to play 30 games
Mhm.
because I tried to build kids. We never knew what I was going to have. Try to see who was going to come out.
Yeah.
Kind of knew what we had, but I also understand girls are different than boys in the summertime. They
Mhm.
want to be free,
Uh-uh.
and I got some of us working on other sports, so we're going to play about 12 or 15 games. But we have played Tug Valley, Logan, Chapmanville, Mingo. We played 2 games at yesterday for UPOX camp. We played Leslie and Jenkins, and then we're going to play Tug and those again this weekend and maybe one other week.
Mhm.
But to me, it's about learning our girls without 100,000 eyes on them,
Mhm.
just saying, "Oh, they're not very good," or "They are really good." I just want to learn things, let them learn me a little bit, and have some fun. So we played at Shelby Valley yesterday. Stopped at the steakhouse on the way back to Logan tonight. We was going to get snow cones, but the girls wanted to disperse. Like, that's different for me, but just hang out and have fun,
Yeah.
and let them know, hey, he's going to be here for the long haul. Number one,
Yeah.
and he believes in us and thinks that we can win. So
Yeah, and you mentioned, you got a teenage daughter coming up, and if this is too personal or whatever, just tell me, shut up, and I will. We'll cut it out if you want it. But does she play, and is that one of the things that maybe excites you, maybe to getting to coach her if she does play in the future or whatever? I mean, like again, I said, if you don't
no,
answer it, that's fine. And
so it's funny you asked that. She played and didn't play, then played, and last year she really improved. And the former high school coach was her middle school coach, Thornsbury. She really improved, and he did a great job with her. She shoots it really well, doesn't handle it great right now, but gets after it on defense. And I took the job, and she said, "I don't think I'm going to play basketball anymore." So I was like, "Did I make you mad? What is going?" But she, I think eventually she'll play. But she's in love with volleyball. She is absolutely in love with volleyball, and she's hitting a volleyball. Like, when I get done with this, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna take her to the gym and let her and my niece hit volleyball around at the middle school.
Mhm.
So, but yes, I had that experience with a son. Coached him in middle school. My nephews,
Yeah.
um, and it's you only get so much time with them until they turn 18.
Mhm.
And I thought, well, I'll take this job, and she'll be with me at practices. She'll be with me on the bus, and then I don't want to play. So, we'll see what happens, but I hope she does, just for her to be with me. But she'll end up being a good player if she chooses to. But
Mhm.
you never know, man.
Hey, you spoke of your son. Just for everybody that doesn't know, he got a scholarship. He was a great player at Belfry. Just talk about how, as a father, not just not as a coach, but how proud are you to see him to achieve his goals? Anytime you earn a scholarship, that's hard to do. He did that. He was a great football player. He excelled on the field. He was always solid. He could play multiple positions. It seemed like he was the type of player that whatever the coach asked, he was going to do, whether it's offensive, defensive, whatever. Just talk about as a father, just sitting back and seeing some stuff like that, being how proud to see him get a college scholarship for something he earned.
Yeah. So I tell him this. I hope I tell him enough. I'm proud of him no matter what he does. Like, he's my son, and um, we go through life. You try to figure out what your purpose. My purpose was to be Ramsey, Laura, and Caden's dad. That's my and to be the best dad I can be. But man, I'm super proud of him. He's going to Center, which is one of the best academic schools he get, and he wants to go for a business degree, and he gets to go play football. And I told him he's going to find out if he really liked football or he loved football when he's down there. But he's a pretty good kid. He excels in the classroom, and like, I'm super proud of him. I'm proud of the young man he is. And that, me and Coach Castle actually had this conversation yesterday. Was talking about coaching. He said, "You didn't always like me," and I was like, "No, I didn't, but I respected you."
Yes.
And like, we had words a couple times because I'm a dad. I'm a coach, but I'm a dad, and sometimes but you know what they did with him. Being part of that program, and once again being a Belfry Pirate. Caden and Chase, my nephew who was a quarterback.
Yes.
Caden we didn't win a state title. I feel bad, and that's the standard.
That's a good standard.
That's the standard.
Yes.
And he said, "I got 4 years we didn't win a." I'm like, man, but you all competed. Like, you beat up and banged up. You had to start as freshmen.
Yes.
And that coaching staff did an amazing job with. You don't
a lot of adversity they had to go through to that class,
and you lose Coach Haywood, who is like, Chase had never dealt with another coach really, because he was a quarterback, and Coach Haywood, and you 17, 18-year boys you think are really resistant, but they think about that. It bothered those boys. It bothered Caden, but like, man, I'm so proud of what he is right now. And I'm proud of, I'm super excited about his future, because I think he has his head on straight and is going to do big things in the future, bigger things than he's done on the football field. But as a dad, there's nothing in the sports world, there's nothing more exciting than watching your kid get on a football field, a basketball court, softball, whatever, and just, hey, man, they can play.
Yes.
Like, it's
something.
Like, Friday nights couldn't come fast enough, and then they went by way too fast. Yeah. So, but yes, I'm super proud of him. Love him to death. Love all my kids. But August 11th he moves into Center, and he probably won't be back to Belfry until December when the football season's over with. And that was my best friend, kind of. Yeah. So, I mean, it's exciting though.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple more, and I'll let you go. It's been enough for your time, I believe. But going on that same thing though, now you have an opportunity. Say, well, the kids you're coaching now, they want to go to college. How important is it to you to help them to get successful enough to maybe explore that, maybe play basketball at the next level, even if they don't want to play, maybe, just go to college in general and do what? How important is that to you to help them get to their goals and after high school? Because I think that's a big part of coaching as well.
It is. It's huge. And it took me a while to learn that. It's all about relationships in coaching. The relationships I have with some of those guys that I coached with before, I still tell some of those guys every time I see them, they come up and they hug me and tell me they love me. If I will do whatever I can possibly do. I went through the recruiting process with Caden, and it's changed from the time he was an 8th grader to a senior. Like, there was a huge swing.
Yes.
And we're kind of getting to where we can navigate that a little bit for parents and for coaches. But I'm going to try to establish some relationships with some, Coach Williams. I got his phone number. I talked to him occasionally, went to his camp. Going to do, but I'll do whatever. If it means drive them to a camp on Saturday, if they have that, you can play college sports. You can. It might not be at the University of Kentucky. But if somebody is willing to pay for your education and you want to put the work in, I will help do anything I can, even if it's not one of my girls. If it's somebody wants help with something else, another sport, I'll do what I can to help them. But I'm going to try to establish some relationships with some college coaches within 50 or 60 miles of here. Got plenty of options. People's like, D1 or bust, all that. That is,
if you play at the next level, any level, you're a player.
You can play. You absolutely don't let anybody from the University of Kentucky to NAIA to Division, like Coach Casey, the head coach at Tennessee Wesleyan.
Yes.
Like, go watch those guys. Can you guard those guys? Can you guard those girls?
That's tough.
Like, you can score points. But scoring points in high school is
That's
great.
tough.
Can you guard somebody?
It's a different level.
Yep. And Division One, Caden went to every kind of camp from Division 3 to NAIA to Division 1 Louisville. Like, Division 1 people move different, and like,
Yes.
you got to be honest with yourself. You
A lot of those are once in a lifetime athletes. too.
yes,
And there's nothing wrong with going to a Alice Lloyd, UPike. I think what UPike is doing locally is phenomenal.
they're building their
It's,
brand huge. Like,
and it's exciting for the kids around because what they're doing is a lot of their stuff is, if you notice, they're focusing on the locals and then building around those kids and etc. So to me, I think there's a lot of good stuff going on college
There is.
level and locally wherever. But as you were saying,
I would encourage kids to go to the, my girls. I'm gonna encourage any Division 3, like everybody's like Division 3, whatever. Go to Center's campus and look at their facilities. They have an indoor practice facility. They have a swimming facility that is second to none. They're a football field that isn't 5 years old. Baseball, softball. Like, go look and see what they do. Now, are you going to play on TV? You make the playoffs, maybe.
but are you going to get a good education?
Are you going to get an education?
Exactly.
And you're going to play. We went down there 2 or 3 times, and there was 2,000 or 3,000 people in the stands.
Yes.
So, like, look at those. Look at UPOC.
Yes.
When Bear Mountain gets done,
It's going to change a lot of things, I
Yes.
believe.
We went to Union. We went to a couple places in Ohio. We went to as far as DePaul in Indiana, and a couple of Division 2 places. Like, if they want you, that's the thing. If they want you, that's where you need to look and need to go.
Yes.
Don't let your hopes. I want to go play for university.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
There's very limited people that get to do that.
there is.
That is a hard thing to do. I'm not saying kids around here can't do it because it's been done before.
It's been done, and
But
we've got some in the 15th region.
Yes,
Once again, the Keener girl.
yes.
She's on.
She's going to pick her college where she wants to go.
Yep.
Have maybe 2 sports. Like if she wants to play volleyball, maybe she picks that. Maybe she plays basketball. But yeah, like you said,
Feltner a couple of years ago
Yes.
from, and then on the boys' side, you got Keatley.
yes,
But you can do it from here,
yes.
but not everybody can.
No.
But everybody can. If you want to play, you can find a place to play.
Absolutely.
If that is your heart's desire, you will work and you will go somewhere and play. And I will help any of my girls do that. And I think, I think we've got a couple of girls that'll be able to play college basketball.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's not putting any pressure on me, but I think we do if that's what they want to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And last thing, and I'll let you go. Just kind of, you're so early into this. Season's still, miles away, probably 6 months away almost still. From now to then, where do you want to see this team? I mean, is it just coming together and bonding and establishing relationships with each other and yourself as well and your staff? Or is it you want to be ready to go game one, have everything ready to roll and get out there and just start winning games and being competitive? I know it's a weird question. It's so early for you, but from when the season starts, where do you want to see this team at?
To me, coaching is, Jody Willem and me talked about last night. You can go undefeated and not be a very good team. Are you better January 14th than you was October 15th?
Yes.
Okay. What I want to see is progress. Look, we're going to see what we did in the summer. Did we get, number one, did we get better defensively? That is the main thing.
Yes.
Are we going to get after it defensively and do some things? But like, do you like playing with each other?
Yeah.
Do you like playing basketball? And do you like playing each other? And do you like, do you like the process?
Yeah.
Do you like the process? And if they do, and I think they're going to, I think we could do some things. But once again, dummy, I scheduled Paintsville first night of the season, and they're pretty daggone good. But I don't want I want them to respect everybody, fear no one, go out and compete, and that's what I want to see. Not one, go out and compete. Don't look at the scoreboard, go compete, and then be a lot better, not
Yes.
35.
Yes.
And that's a Coach Haywood thing. Get just a little bit better every day.
Exactly.
Do something a little bit better every day. And, you know, the only thing that in coaching in high school sports, talent does hold you back. But the main thing that holds it, if you do your job and you come with a good attitude and play hard every day, we can take care of the rest.
Yep.
You do your job, play hard, guard your person, do your job on defense, do what you're supposed to do on offense, know your role, define your role yourself. Your job isn't to be, Jay Bayless says it, your job isn't to be a superstar. Your job is to be a superstar at your role, right? And find what your role is, be great at it, love it, and be a great teammate. That's it, just be a great teammate.
Perfect. I think that was a great answer. Anything else you want to add about your team or anything else coming up?
I'm just super excited. It's got a lot of young girls, and proud and humbled, honestly. You know, when the administration contacted me and said, "Would you like to be cut?" Like, it kind of took a step back, and just to be able to represent Belfry is an honor. And you know, in sports and life, you go through and you're going to make mistakes and you're going to get yelled at or you're going to have a punishment. Some things, the punishment's a little bit worse. Sometimes the yelling's a little bit worse, but how you respond and did you grow from it? Do you consistently make that mistake, or did you make that mistake and move on from it and say, I've learned from it? And that's what I want my girls to know and the community to know. Look, we're not in life and in the game. We're going to make mistakes. We're not going to be perfect. But did we learn from it and did we get better? And if you do that, I'm a better person today than I was 6 weeks ago. I'm sure a better person today than I was 6 years ago. And, you know, I got into faith, family. Coach Haywood was football. Mine is faith, family, and Belfry. You know, and that's been a big part, growth.
Yes.
Can you grow as a person, as a player, as a member of the community, and do something and learn from your mistakes? Like, we can't punish you forever for your mistakes. Some things, but for the most part, what young people make and young adults make, grow from it, move on, learn from it, be a better person, and believe in God, believe in your faith, and just try to do what's right, and things will take care of itself in the end.
Awesome. Absolutely great. Always fun talking to Bobby. He's one of these guys, every time I'm at Belfry, usually I try to seek him out and get a quick convo in, but any perfect hire in my book. So for Bobby Varney, I'm ready to White Court Events. Check out all of our social medias. Unwired Appalachia. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much.